a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team in 2025 on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Could you hit a ball off of the Miz?
Mizorowski deals. Struck him out. A heater at 101.
Can I bunt?
You wouldn't be able to land the bunt because he also throws a slider, a curveball. No.
And he got him looking with a slider. Jacob Mizorowski, his 8th strikeout of this game.
You don't even have strong enough wrists, I don't think, for it.
You're limp-wristed.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison, alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I am Jim Rutledge. I have the power alongside Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton. We are at the, I don't know if this is the official dive bar of Matt Hamilton, but we are at Parkside Pub. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. And, Matt, we are at Parkside Pub. Come on down, get a $3 Coors Light tap. And, Matt, you've told us, this is affectionately known as the dark side amongst McFarland.
Yeah.
What else should we know about Parkside Pub?
I mean, they've got a great – it's like a great greasy spoon. If you want a burger, they got a great bar
Great burger. Had a burger already.
Right? They've got the beer-battered fries, which I think are elite.
Very good.
So, and it's a great spot to watch sports. There's TVs everywhere you look. You cannot, you could do a 360 in here and see 4 different sporting events going on most of the time, except in the summer.
Except today, because the Brewers are on.
Yeah.
We are the home of the Brewers on ESPN Madison. And it was Big Mig's day. He took on possibly the best pitcher in baseball before today. And Paul Skenes, but now Skenes. So I said Paul Skenes.
Okay.
Yes. It sounded like screens.
It sounded like screens
okay.
too.
Paul Skenes.
Okay.
Yes. Paul Skenes, and Big Miz, dominated the short amount of time he pitched. But look, he's a young pitcher. They're not stretching him out that much. 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, 3 wins, 3 hits allowed all season long for the Big Miz.
And only 74 pitches today.
Well, right, because they don't want him to pitch too much.
For sure.
That's not always a positive in the idea that, the more times you go through a lineup, the harder it is to be good. So, 5 innings pitched for him is a sweet spot. Ideally, you want him pitching 7, 8. That's how you get to the Skenes category as a pitcher. But right now, you're doing what you need to do with a pitcher like this. This kind of arm, the point is to protect it and just let him stretch out and let him continue to dominate. And then at some point, probably next season, he's that 7-inning guy. Because I would imagine he's got maybe 100, 120 innings in him this year. They're not gonna go crazy pitching him because they have to protect the asset, that's not a Brewers thing. That's a baseball thing.
Right. I mean, he's got potential to be the best pitcher in the league if he can keep up this kind of performance, right?
Yeah,
if he can go out next year and get into those later innings and be just as dominant as he is right now in 5, we might have another Cy Young.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bold.
I mean, he's good enough to be a Cy Young winner.
Who's the first?
Who is the guy that went to the Yankees?
CC Sabathia?
Sabathia? I think he won a Cy Young.
He didn't win a Cy Young with the Brewers, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then that makes me nervous because then the Brewers are probably going to ditch him, the Miz before.
But wait,
CC Sabathia was a rental. They only got him at the trade deadline, and then they moved on from him.
Okay.
That was one. It was Cy Young worthy, and he was the best pitcher in baseball for that post-deadline, trade deadline to the end of the season through the playoffs around. But then, the Brewers didn't have any money to pay him, so then he walked. But it was worth the trade,
and
whatever they gave up for him.
And speaking of guys who they didn't have money to pay, they did have an actual Cy Young winner within the last 5 years, Corbin Burns.
That's what I was – okay, thank you.
Yes.
I was wondering
Corbin.
if you won one.
Yes, in 2021.
The Brewers did have one.
In 2021, he
And
won
then-
the NL Cy Young.
And then what happened?
And then they traded him
want
to
the
the
Brewers
Orioles.
anymore?
Look, we know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Jackson Churio will be off the Brewers. Big Miz will be off the Brewers. Like, we don't need to talk about that today. That's all happening. Like,
It's all future
we don't,
stuff.
You guys are bringing that up. I'm not
2
bringing
years.
that up. No, Jackson Churio got probably 5 years minimum. Because, I mean, when you get towards the back end of the contract, you might end up having to get rid of him so you get max values. But you at least got 5 years for him. I would imagine you got 5 years of Big Miz. The problem is, if you read ESPN.com, Freddie Peralta's a guy that, like, the Brewers might trade at the trade deadline.
Yep.
Josh
Because
Hader style. So, like,
Yeah.
Because they got the Big Miz.
yeah, you're not winning anything if you get rid of Peralta. I don't care if you keep.
No,
Big Miz
no,
won't be
but-
able to pitch in the postseason, though.
By no means whatsoever do I think this team is winning anything in the postseason. But, the Brewers, they're saying, hey, well, you don't
Yeah,
need
I
the old
gotcha.
thing anymore. We got the young up and comer,
Got a
the
shiny
young
new
buck.
toy.
Because it's
come
all
on.
about vibes with the Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah, I was just saying if you wanted to assemble, it's unfortunate as a Brewers fan because it is such a such a small needle you have to thread.
Yep.
Of like these players are good, but like not too. Once they're too good and their contract runs out, which is usually when players start reaching their peak. Willie Adames, and you got to trade Devin Williams. And I don't care what they do when they leave the Brewers. Regardless, the Brewers don't. The Brewers would have paid them if they could have. And they were good with the Brewers. So, like, Josh Hader and all those other guys, unfortunately, that's a 5 year from now problem, though. Like, you got Big Miz and Jackson Churio, I think, minimum for 5 more years.
That's honestly very relieving because I was not thinking 5 more years minimum.
Does that, Ryan, does that feel right?
5
Fi-
years feels like a long time.
5 years
Minimum.
minimum feels pretty good, yeah, especially with those two
Yeah.
as your core. I will say, if they traded Freddie Peralta this year and got like a third baseman who they could have long term, set themselves up for next year, and Miz is like truly settled in.
And have
and
Caleb Durbin.
Caleb, yeah, the 5'9" rocket. Yeah, I don't know how deep in the postseason you're going with
He's
Durbin.
a
I
great
like
utility
Durbin.
infielder on a good team.
Yeah, I mean,
You also could use a shortstop. I mean, Ortiz is horrible. I mean, I know it's
he's
too-
a great
he's not a good
fielder.
hitter. He's not a good hitter.
He
at
hits like
all.
187. You
Yeah.
can't.
He's
have
not
him on
a
your
great.
team.
He's not a great hitter, but he's a great fielder.
Yeah, but that's a dime a dozen. Shortstops who can't hit, like, that's baseball.
Yeah, and he's worse than not a great hitter. He's like a terrible hitter. He's really bad. He hit back.
He's still below the Mendoza
He
line.
hit
I will
two
not
home runs.
stand for this slander right now. Of course, Caleb Durbin. First of all, my guy.
There's better guys to pick.
Wait,
Nope.
Matt, how many
Sal
guys?
Frelick.
How many guys on this Brewers team are your guy at this point? It feels like half the team
Oh,
is your
God.
guy.
No,
Doesn't
it's Durbin, and I kind of like half adopted Yelich when the Brewers were
my guy
born.
right
Nah,
That's-
you full adopted him. You full
Yeah,
adopted
come on.
Okay,
man.
you're right.
All right,
you're
but
right.
I want to get Big Miz not your guy because this is the question I want to ask, and it's ridiculous.
Please,
but
I
whatever.
didn't want to jinx the Big Miss.
Please do not
It
let
is.
Matt say the Big Miz is his guy.
Yeah, I'm not
We
going to
do
say
not
that.
need
I know.
No.
I know my
The,
curse.
the question is, Carbos Talk text on 844-770-3776. This is more. Our side of them with a poll question. Is Big Miz the best pitcher in baseball? Well,
Yes.
you know what? You can make it less ridiculous. Comma right now.
Yes.
Comma right now.
844-770-3776. That makes it less ridiculous. Rutledge isn't any guy already in his fields because I'm not the one idiot who went negative. I'm just telling you the facts. Rutledge isn't any guy. Do you think Freddie Peralta is going to be here? No. Will Jackson Churio and Miz be here? No. After 5 years, I wouldn't bet on it. Don't get mad at me. I'm telling you, enjoy the 5 years.
Get mad at Antanasio.
Exactly.
I'm not-
Exactly.
yeah. Get mad at Mark Antanasio. Don't get mad at me, Roach is an idiot guy. You know Josh Hader was traded. You know Corbin Burns was traded. You know Devin Williams was traded. You know every good player the Brewers have ever had have been traded. Turn your anger on your owner. Or just enjoy the Big Miz.
Yeah.
Because Big Miz, you got him for 5 years. You got Jackson Churio for 5 years. That's a hell of a run.
Could be.
I mean, they're going to be good players.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who cares about team success? Antanasio doesn't. Just go up and enjoy the ballpark. They sold it out today. They won. But, like, hey,
Largest
the vibes
crowd
will
this
be good.
season. Largest crowd this season.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. Didn't even need the
That's
Cubs for that.
Crazy. A day game.
Yeah, that is a Wednesday day.
A game against the Pirates of all teams,
But
too.
look,
Yeah.
it's Skenes. It's
It's the names.
good on Brewers fans in Milwaukee. Understanding
Totally.
like that is a once in a lifetime. I saw some people tweet out that you can actually, if you're at a Brewer game, if you ever go to a historic one in the future, you can go to like the fan services and they can print you out a ticket.
Oh, that's cool.
So they went and got a ticket and printed it out.
That's
Oh,
super
that is
cool.
pretty
Yeah.
neat.
To sell it on eBay. You know people are going to do that.
For sure.
That is super cool.
I
though.
mean,
do other places
How
do
long
that?
did it take for those cribbage boards to get on eBay?
like
30
hours.
seconds.
Yeah, not even.
Yeah, but I mean,
insane.
whatever.
Oh,
Joe
that's cool.
Nabuni's with breaking news. I don't know. What did Ortiz do today? Because Joe Nabuni says that Ortiz got over 200 with his 2 home runs on Wednesday. Still horrendous. 200 is not a good number.
2 home runs
but
on
you are-
Tuesday by Ortiz, by the way.
Oh, he said Wednesday, so today's Wednesday. That's right. So
he's
yes.
not factual.
Yes. Gotcha. But I don't know what he did today because when you're that close to 200, one bad day will bring you right back
Ortiz
down.
went 0 for 3.
So what is his batting average now? It should have it right on there.
Oh, over the Mendoza line, 214.
214. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, let's
He's
go.
on a hot streak.
He has
On
been
a
very
heater.
hot.
He
What's
did get an
Yelich at?
RBI today as well.
What's Yelich at
Sack
now?
fly. Yelich
Yelich
is
is crushing it.
Yeah, because
264.
Okay.
Yeah. That means he's been batting.
I mean, that's going up from 184.
been probably batting 350
Yeah.
for a while now.
I had it in my notes yesterday. Since I said they were boring, he was like 390.
Yeah, no, that's probably right. I mean, the whole team's been on a heater against.
Sal Frelick's leading the charge right now with 296.
We're not going to read stats.
No, I know, but that's an important one.
3776 is Big Miz, the best pitcher in baseball, right now. I would think so.
Yeah. Who else would you rather have? Or first, Jim, before have, who would you rather watch?
Oh, watch? Probably him. I can't.
Exactly.
I mean, Skenes would be the other one. Again,
Yeah.
that's why that game sold out today.
I would say there's also Tarek Skubal from the Detroit Tigers. He's incredible
Yes.
as well.
Yep.
But
Yep.
it's the AL. We don't. Who
What's
cares
his
about
last
the
name?
AL? Tarek Skubal.
Screwball?
Skubal.
Oh, I mean, still
Steve-O?
good name for a pitcher.
It is.
844-770-3776. Let's get out to Curtis in Madison on the Carbon Stalker text line. List is more.
Hey, Curtis.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing today?
Hey.
Wonderful.
Honestly, I think I've seen him pitch once because we know the whole thing with baseball and sports where you have to buy a million apps to be able to watch your local state team, which is ridiculous. But I'm beyond that. I think not yet. He's only really gotten in, I think, the past couple of games I've seen, and people catch up to these pitchers. But he's definitely on the way. But it would be nice if sometime in the future we in the state could watch our own baseball team because my kid's 9 years old. He couldn't name one player on the Brewers if he tried. Have a good day, guys.
Curtis, you're right. To that point, I believe it was yesterday's game, Ryan, that with a partnership with Good Karma Brands,
Correct.
we were able to put, I think this maybe, it's less than 10. I want to say it's like 8, 9 games that we are putting on
June 1st, I believe, is the next one.
on local TV across the state. It's a partnership we went into with the Milwaukee Brewers, Good Karma Brands, and the Milwaukee Brewers to put it on broadcast TV, I believe WISC TV here in Madison. So we will continue to promote that, but that is worth noting there. Yes. Also, you can just listen to the Brewers on the home of Brewers baseball in Madison, ESPN Madison.
Also, this is the first year that Matt, who is 30-something, could name one player on the
Oh,
Brewers.
no. Honestly, when he said his
That's always been
9-year-old, I was actually pretty into the Brewers when I played baseball. Jose Hernandez was my guy. That was a shortstop that could hit the ball.
So strikeout leaders in baseball, so these would be the other players that I put on there, is Garrett Crochet from the Red Sox, I believe, Mackenzie Gore, Zach Wheeler, Tariq Skubal, Chris Sale.
Great name. Try and hit this screwball.
Those are the leaders in strikeouts so far this year, so I would say with Big Miz, those would be the only ones rivaling him because strikeouts are sexy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially
chicks
when
take
they
the long ball,
they
but
crumple
strikeouts.
at the plate.
What's that?
Especially when the batter crumples.
Yeah. And then you also
That was wild.
Yeah.
there are some like closers that probably are pretty elite too to watch play. But if you're talking pitchers to play ball, then obviously hitting Cal Raleigh. He's got 31, 32 home runs this year.
Yeah.
Not halfway through the season.
The
I
big
will
jumper.
say he hasn't pitched a
jumper.
lot. I think he's
I
only
didn't want to
pitched,
say it.
I think the guy's only pitched 2 innings this year, but like you'd pay a ticket to go see Shohei.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just
for
but
sure.
you're paying. You
Right.
just play ball.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So Big Miz is one of those players right now that you are paying. You're going to just see them. Absolutely.
Ticket seller.
Absolutely. 844-770-3776. Asking us a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but is Big Mig the best pitcher in baseball? And then we'll go comma right now.
Yes.
And right now, I don't think many people are pitching better than Big Miz.
Is that? I mean, it's obviously unique because it's the first time since 1920 that a guy's had 11 no-hit innings as a first-time pitcher in the bigs.
He's got 3 wins and 3 hits allowed. What, he pitched like 50
crazy.
innings now?
He's pitched
He's at
14
16.
innings. 14
What?
innings.
14.
14 innings, sorry. Yeah, so 3 wins, 3 hits, 14 innings, 3 hits.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Strikeouts.
And I think it's 16.
What'd you say today? He had 74 pitches and 50 of them were strikeouts?
Yeah, 52, I think.
Wild.
Or strikes, yeah. That is
It's strikes.
good percentage. Keeping it over the plate. And, I mean, some of the batters, they look so dumbfounded. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I came down here early just so I could watch some of the early innings that Miz was pitching. And
That will probably correct itself. Again,
Yeah.
Skenes was like that when he came up, and now Skenes is still a better pitcher now, but it's not quite the show of people falling down like they are. Like, that's the next step for Big Miz, is that my brothers, who's a big Brewers fan, and those who are big into him, his fastball is flat. Like Josh Hader didn't throw as hard, but his fastball was almost better because it had movement going up and down, and it's harder to hit.
Yeah.
So big league batters, I mean, he was hitting the minors too. Big league batters will catch up to it. But right now, the Brewers have lightning in the bottle with how unhittable he is. But I think he'll still settle in to be a very good pitcher.
Yeah, he actually threw 19 pitches of 100 miles per hour plus today in 74 pitches. Which that is
That's insane.
the thing about him that's not sustainable. Like, he cannot do that for his entire career more than probably even next season. He'll need to slow down.
I hope he's listening. He calls in and just says, "Hey, Ryan, hold my beer and watch this."
Especially as a starting pitcher. Like, Matt, there are certain things where, like, the body's not going to let you do. Starting
get
pitchers
that.
don't hold that for that long. If you're trying to throw 7, 8, 9, 8, you can't get there. Same with the strikeouts. Like, at some point you have to give up strikeouts to be able to be a pitcher that pitches longer in the games, because you're only going to allow you to throw about 100 pitches.
Right.
So if you're trying to strike out every batter, you're not getting that far into games. Because what did you say, 75 pitches?
74 pitches and 52 strikes, I believe.
I'm sorry.
74 pitches
Okay.
total today.
Gotcha. I thought you said 54, and I was like, that doesn't add up. Okay, so 74, 75 pitches through 5 innings, that gets him probably to the 7th.
In the 3 games, he's got 19 Ks already.
Yeah, he's a beast.
That is wild.
Yeah, he's unhittable. He's only going to get, I think, better as a pitcher. You'll be evolutions. It's very exciting. But in this moment in time, he's one of the most exciting players in all of baseball.
16 innings pitched, by the way.
Matt was right about that, yes. The stat I had was that through his first 14 innings pitched, he had only given up 1 hit through his first 14. And that was a 2-run home run. So he'd given up more runs than hits through his first 14 innings.
Roach is an idiot guy, still fighting the fight that the Brewers. I don't know
They're
what to
going to
tell you,
keep
guy.
him? This is
No,
the time
it's
when
just
we're
5
going to
years is
start
a long
paying.
time. Yeah, guy, look, if you want to be happy that your team's too cheap to pay your best players, it's fine. Be it. I feel bad for Brewer fans on that. You deserve better. I'm being sympathetic. Like, I wish for Brewers fans that they would pay their guys. I'm not a Brewers hater. Big Miz is amazing. Jackson Chiro is amazing. It's fun to go to the ballpark and see them play.
Christian Yelich is amazing.
I don't like Christian Yelich. But
Right
that's
now?
but that's about it.
Ask again in 2 weeks.
Well, he'll be hurt in 2 weeks. But but I don't like Christian Yelich. I do have a opponent. I just don't like him. But the rest of the team I have no problem with.
Yeah, no, I mean.
I have a problem with the owner and Christian Yelich.
Yeah. The Brewers just always want to stay competitive but never want to win.
And it's honestly on my brother's behalf. He's a diehard Brewers fan, and he gets shortchanged every year.
So he's just sticking up for his brother.
Yeah. What a good brother you
Family man.
So you
Jim.
can tell Rutledge that.
He is texting. My brother's already been texting me or whatever. So we've been texting throughout the year. It keeps our connection together. Before we get to Mark Tauscher, a lot of energy on the show. Molly, I'm guessing you had a Zoe energy earlier.
Oh, I did have a Zoe energy because I have to deal with these 2 knuckleheads, and I have a million kids back at home, and my kids are 7-month-old babies now, twins.
Here,
yes, I am actually. I'm calculating in my head, and then I have a 2-year-old. Guys, I barely sleep, so I need my Zoa energy, and I love it. I love all the natural ingredients that it is packed with. If you want to pick up some Zoa for yourself, go to zoaenergy.com to learn more. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
But
I've never seen the movie either.
I've only seen the
Really?
Yeah, I have no interest in the movie.
Oh, my gosh. The movie is terrible. It's terribly awesome. Did you just
movie?
touch my butt, Dewey? I know your tricks, Dewey. What? I quote that all the time.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Medicine on YouTube.
Accidents can happen anytime to any home or business. That's why Revive Restoration is here to make things right again. Whether it's water, fire, smoke, mold, or storm damage, Revive can help 24/7, 365. Their experienced team handles residential and commercial services with professionalism and care, ensuring that your property is restored quickly and efficiently. For reliable service and a commitment to excellence, trust Revive Restoration. Call 608-719-3832 or visit revivepros.com today.
Take your game day experience to the next level with a getaway to the heart of downtown at Milwaukee's unofficial baseball headquarters hotel. Visit the Pfister Hotel and celebrate the big win in style with luxurious accommodations at this newly renovated Milwaukee icon. Enjoy fine dining at acclaimed restaurants, pamper yourself with a service from the Wells Spa and Salon, or splash into the pool on the 23rd floor with the best views of the city. Stay close, play hard, and make the Pfister Hotel your official home base on game day. Book your stay today at thepfisterhotel.com.
Get ready for the ultimate Saturday night at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us for the all-new Queen of Hearts drawing at 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. This is your chance for royal glory. When your name is drawn, choose the right card and you could win a life-changing jackpot, up to $150,000. The longer the Queen stays hidden, the bigger the jackpot grows. Let's Hard Rock with the Queen of Hearts only at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Hey, it's Jordan Love. It's the Bergstrom June 3500 sales event supporting Make-A-Wish, Wisconsin. There's never been a better time to buy a vehicle.
June 3500 is going strong at Bergstrom Chevrolet. Lease a 25 Silverado crew cab starting at $349 a month, or lease the compact Trax SUV for $177 a month. To approved credit on select models through GMF. Silverado 2FL 36-month and Trax 24-month lease. 10,000 miles, $49.95 due at signing. Tax and fees extra and $630.25. Shop June 3500 at Bergstrom Chevrolet, Madison and Middleton locations today.
You remember the moments from that magical March.
Outside Decker. It's a three. Got it! Dagger!
On June 26th at the Orpheum Theater, relive the excitement with the squad that made him believe. A special night with Bo Ryan, Frank Kaminsky, and Sam Decker.
Here's Kaminsky. The drop stab.
That's his favorite.
And the two.
Made him believe. Supported by Event Essentials, Bruner Realty, Gordon Flesh, and Park Bank. Get your tickets today at uwhoops2015.com.
Starion Bank redefines local banking in Madison. As a community bank with a commitment to Dane County, experience a banking relationship where your goals are our priority. Enjoy competitive deposit and loan rates and a partnership that thrives on local engagement and support. Starion Bank is more than a full-service financial institution. It's a community pillar dedicated to your prosperity. Visit one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, offering banking, lending, mortgage, and cash management.
Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? Discover TPC Wisconsin, an instant classic in the heart of the Midwest. With a course co-designed by Steve Stricker and PGA Tour Designs, it's the 13th and newest TPC Network golf club in the world. Other high-quality amenities include a short game practice area, athletic performance center, and meeting and dining facilities, plus membership benefits that reach around the globe. Schedule a tour at tpcwisconsin.com and start your journey to a lifetime of priceless golf.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
The sound of summer is on ESPN Madison.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Madison's home of the Brewers.
At the track, at the wall, jumped up. Jackson Chario brought it back.
Catch every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
And watching it sail, it's a grand slam.
Brewers baseball on ESPN Madison is presented by Hard Rock Casino Rockford and brought to you by Starion Bank and Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Green Bay Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher on Jim, Matt, and Molly is brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers. Chalmers Jewelers, with locations in Middleton and downtown Madison.
I don't know if I'd agree with that, Jim Rutledge.
Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer
Matt Hamilton. Help me out. Who is that?
Wisconsin football analyst.
You know what? It feels like Molly's the only one that's being sincere about that. So, Molly, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Mark Tauscher on Jim, Matt, and Molly is brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers. Chalmers Jewelers, with locations in Middleton and downtown Madison.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton. Primetime Lorshon back at the Everlight Solar Studio. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. We're at Parkside Pub. And, Mark, I want to ask you this question because I think I would do the same thing. So Matt Hamilton is here. His mom's come by. His middle school teacher is here. And he refers to her as Mrs. So-and-so. And then there was another teacher coming as Mr. So-and-so. I think, like, if you had a teacher in life, especially if before, like, you're an adult, so, like, in college, you might refer to your teachers by different names. But if it's high school, middle school, elementary school, they're always Mr. and Mrs. for the rest of your life, correct?
No doubt about it. I think I don't even know, a lot of times, if you even know what their first name is. Because I don't think you've ever went through life, like Mrs. Kongsland we had. And I think her name was Sandy, but I can assure you I would never call her Sandra. Or Mr. Litursky. I know what is, but yeah, I don't care if I saw him now, if I saw him 10 years ago, he's always going to be Mr. Litursky. I don't think that would ever change. No.
Now, to be fair, my teacher has gone on a lot of curling trips with my family and has become more of like another mom, so to speak. So, like, I've gotten past Mrs. Garvey mom? At this point. No, but we're on first name basis now. I've worked my way up in a lot of my parents' friends' eyes to first name basis.
So good for you. My mom was a teacher. There was teachers that come over. If I see them out, I still call them Mr. and Mrs. Just because they weren't. They weren't going on like curling trips or whatever. But they're at our house. But I don't see them. I still haven't seen them in a decade. I haven't lived at home in forever. But
you leave that up to them. I mean.
Yeah.
If they tell you, hey, that's uncomfortable calling whatever Matt's second mom's name, then you go ahead and do that. But outside of that, I mean, if they don't tell you, I would think that would be like a nice memory for them. But maybe I'm wrong.
So to that point, well, one, I remember I still, coaches, like Coach Lear from Cedarburg High School, I think just retired. I still call him Coach Lear if I saw, hey, Coach.
Oh, I thought you said Coach of the Year.
No, Coach Lear.
Yeah, I did too.
Coach Lear was his name. But honestly, to that point, Alec Ingold, as they play it right there, was on with Pablo Iglesias and I on the Jump Around. That's Thursdays at 12:30, a Badger dedicated show on ESPN Madison YouTube stream. And we're talking to Alec Ingold, and he knows who we are. So I know, at least me, I think he knows Pablo. But we've interviewed him enough. But he referred every time to us as Coach, both of us. And I've never heard that before. I think you're what is your go-to if you didn't use someone's name?
Oh, I know Ian Fitzsimmons does that a lot. ESPN national guy. Ian, he calls everybody Coach. I don't know. I mean, I think if you don't know some Chief, I think I always go Chief a lot if I don't know somebody's name. If that's kind of, or hey pal. Although that's frowned upon a little bit now. But Bud, you're just trying to make things. Now I don't know about this, but when someone comes up to you and says, "Do you know who I am, or do you remember me?" I feel like I think that makes me more uncomfortable than if somebody calls me Chief.
Yeah, that's unfair.
And do you always lie? Are you always like, yeah, of course?
No, you can't really lie. You have to kind of say, well, I mean, my thing now is you just kind of say, help me out, or my memory's not great. That's kind of the go-to. But outside of that, because you don't want to be a jerk and say, yeah, I remember you, and then they follow up again, and then you're kind of stuck. Or you don't want to say, no, I don't remember you at all. Be like, yeah, you look familiar, but it's just, it's almost now you have to be a little more blunt and just say, nah, I don't know what the right answer is on that. It seems like there's a kind of a big conundrum of different things within this Mr., Mrs., what do you call somebody, and then how do you react if you don't remember? There's just a lot of social things that you can really get tripped up on.
Well, and I think it's different for you and Matt because I think you guys have more freedom to be like, remind me, because if someone did that for you and I, it's probably someone we should personally know.
Exactly.
And so it's worse than
you guys are kind of famous.
Yeah. So I'm going back home this weekend. If I go to the bar and someone says they're going to remember me in Cedarburg from going to school with them or something,
right?
And now it's I feel worse about faking it as opposed to you guys. You're famous, you run into people, and it's I think more acceptable if you don't remember them.
Right. A lot of times, Mark, I'll go.
Matt's you're right. I am very famous.
I mean,
I'm a
totally.
celebrity.
Spot on, Jim. Spot on. Me and Mark are famous. A lot of times I'll go, I recognize the face. Where did we meet again? And then that opens it up to, like, then they typically let you know.
All
They
the
don't
people
make
that
you guess.
all the people that you did that to at this bar today are like, oh, so he just didn't know who I was.
Here at my bar? No.
People know Matt here because he drinks here all the time.
Yeah. Not because I'm
That's
a curler.
different, yeah. If Matt doesn't know who they are, it's because he was drinking too many Coors Light.
Because I got a spot at the bar.
Matt was this one of the shows that Matt was actually off and you just ran into him at the bar and you gave him the mic? Is that
He
how
was
that
here at
worked
2
out?
o'clock having a burger, maybe a Coors Light. So
He actually shows up on time when we're at
when he
at
can
a
walk
bar.
to the bar,
McFarland.
yeah, he's here.
Yeah.
Hey, you have to
It's
meet
literally
people
like-
where they are. Isn't that the motto? You got to meet people where they are.
Yep.
True. Tausch, the big story in the NFL today is the story about collusion. What are your thoughts on that? And just from a player's standpoint, I mean, I understand why the NFL wouldn't want that story to come out, but why would the NFLPA not want that to come out?
It's fascinating, and I can't wait to hear more about it. I've only seen what I think Florio and I'm trying to think who else has reported
Pablo
on this.
Torre.
So I've seen Pablo Torre. So I've seen a few of the reports. I think most of us, I was a part of the NFLPA for a long time, and the restricted free agency and the fact that nobody ever went and approached restricted free agents, or very few times. We all thought there was collusion. We actually went to court for it, and it's a really hard thing to prove. So kudos to these guys for, getting this stuff and putting it out there, because I think this is going to get really messy. If all of this stuff is validated and, it is confirmed that this is what happened, there's going to be a big mess on everybody's hands. And why, Molly, to answer your question, I have no idea. I don't know why when you're given a smoking gun like that, why you wouldn't do something. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
Ryan, you shared a tweet with us here. So and this could be part of it, too. This is one of the in arbitration ruling. J.C. Treader, the texts were released. J.C. Treader on the player side of it sent texts complaining about Russell Wilson's non-fully guaranteed contract, calling him a wuss. Instead of being the guy that made guaranteed contracts the norm, Wilson's the guy that ruined it for everyone. So, J.C. Treader doesn't want that out either. So, that could be also why everyone was trying to keep this quiet, because nobody wants their personal text out in the open.
So what's the worst case scenario if this all happens?
I think there could be some. I mean, there's obviously going to be a ton of punitive penalties as far as the NFL owners, colluding. There's labor laws. I mean, there's all kinds of things at play. But, Jim, back to J.C. Treader. I mean, J.C. was a Green Bay Packer. He's a really good player for a long time. There's going to always nobody. I'm sure you don't. I don't. Molly doesn't. I'm sure nobody wants their text to be released. But there is something like why, if you knew that this stuff was, and maybe he didn't, and that's where, until I know more information, I can't really get into it. But no, there's no doubt, if this stuff is true, there is going to be a lot of moving parts and a lot of people kind of trying to CYA to, get out of this mix, because this could get really ugly from a, collective bargaining and just from a labor union, the whole thing. There's a lot of parts there that are going to get delved into in a big way.
Tausch, the NBA draft is tonight. Obviously, there's been a lot of moves in the NBA the last 3 days or so. Do you think at this point that Giannis is coming back? I mean, I feel like we all kind of are in agreement that he is, because I don't know if there's any really good options. And, if he does come back to the Bucks, is that a good decision for his career?
Yes. I mean, I think if you trust the organization, obviously we're biased, and I think we all want him to come back. The only thing, I don't know what podcast, or if it was on Unsportsmanlike this morning on ESPN that I was listening to, San Antonio with that number 2 pick and with all of their assets, that's the one spot that makes me a little nervous about what could happen if Giannis does indeed want out, which there's been no reports of. There's actually been more reporting on Joker in Denver and their ownership talking about potentially having to trade him than anything we've heard from the Milwaukee Bucks or from Giannis. So I think it would be awesome for him. And, when you have someone like that, you build around him and you can you have to find – I think you need to find a young player that can really elevate and help alleviate some of the pressure off of Giannis as he's getting older. But it doesn't feel like anything big is going to happen. But with the NBA and how Boston is blowing up and Kevin Durant getting traded, you just never know how things are going to shake out.
So, Mark, with that, it basically the NBA is so much harder to figure out than the NFL, I think, than like contracts, because it's easier if it's like, you trade Drew Holiday, all his money just goes to Portland and it's off your books, and it's easier in that way to understand. But it's harder to understand that there is not a salary cap in the NFL or the NBA, but there basically is in the second apron has basically become a hard cap, and that's what the Denver owner was talking about, where it's like, if I screw up. It's basically what Mark references, that the Denver owner, and Jokic has been like, I don't want to go anywhere. He's been pretty clear on it. But the Denver owner's like, if I screw up, I could put this team in dire straits, and then we have to trade Joker as the only way to get out of it financially, which is dangerously close to where the Bucks are at. And I think that's why if the Bucks had not taken these big swings and missed, and then also with the hard cap in there, the Giannis thing's probably not a conversation. They're trying to pull out like a miracle to be able to put together a roster that's, feasible next year. So I think that's the hard thing for the Bucks or every team in the NBA now.
I think the hard part is that if you're going to pay two guys the max and something happens, like a big-time injury, obviously Tatum and Dame ripping up their Achilles, all of a sudden that money's still on the books. And now you're trying to build and keep your other star player. And if your other star player is looking at it like, well, I don't know if this guy's even going to be back, now we're sitting here and you're in that second apron and you're paying hundreds of millions of dollars in luxury tax and your team isn't any good. Is that savvy business? And then do you want to reset and get younger players? Because it seems like the NBA is starting to go towards more depth, more. You still are going to need stars, but you're not going to be able to afford to do the 3 and 4, the LeBron James Miami Heat era. Those days are over. And I think the Bucks are kind of in a tight spot in the same respect. You have to hit on some young players, and they have to be really good. And if you don't do that, then obviously Milwaukee doesn't have many draft pick assets. I think they're picking 47th tomorrow. It makes that management, it is a tricky puzzle to try to put together.
Mark, I'm going to transition over to the Brewers. We got, obviously, an absolute stud pitching for the Brewers right now, and we're asking our fans, is the Big Miz the best pitcher in baseball right now?
Yes.
Thank you. That's what I said.
Listen, I think we're all excited that he is, throwing 102, 103 miles an hour. He's doing it consistently, and he's not giving up anything. But there's a lot of good pitchers. Obviously the guy that he went against today, the Brewers got to him a little bit, which was great. But I think you need to see a little bit more. Now, can you say the most exciting and who's must watch? Absolutely. I think he's at the top of that list. But I always, even though things look awesome, I'm one of those guys you want to see a little bit more before you put that. I mean, he started 3 games in his career in the major leagues.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that have done more and had maybe a little bit more, but from an excitement standpoint, I don't think there's anybody more exciting than the Miz right now.
Yeah, he's on a heater. I mean, you could say
no doubt
over his last 3 starts, probably over the course of the season. Definitely
month of
not.
June,
but
I would say the month of June. I don't think anybody could argue with that.
And you could put Yelich up there as the best hitter too. Brewers are having a heck of a June.
That's true.
No doubt
Mark,
about it.
Thank you so much for your time.
You got it, guys.
All right. Mark Tauscher. That was Mark Tauscher. They're brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton, Madison's custom and Madison's family-owned jeweler. Matt and Molly have to go away because we are going to do Minute to Win It, brought to you by our good friends at North and South Seafood and Smokehouse in Verona, DeForest, and in Madison. All right, what is the category, Primetime?
So do we trust Matt and all of his many fans out there not to tell him what the category is?
So
even with
they
the
have
speakers
turned down. They have turned down the speakers here.
Okay.
So I think we're okay.
Okay, so the integrity of the game is being held up because this is a great category today. I'm really excited for this one, Jim.
All right.
Last Friday, we were talking about the Packers all-quarter century team from over at CBSSports.com. And there was one member of the offensive line who Matt and Molly struggled to remember. Do you remember who that was?
Tauscher?
Mark Tauscher himself, the man who was just on the show with us. Can you believe it?
Rubbish.
So, we're going to quiz him on it again today. Who are the 10 members of the Packers all-quarter century team, the offensive linemen? What do we want to set the over-under at for Matt and Molly? It should be, I'm saying 5.5, right? Because, these are like the name brand guys. These are the ones who you remember. You don't always remember the all-linemen, but there's Tausch just to start with. Like, you got to remember him, and then there's a number of other guys that should be.
So you only got to get 4. That's right. Because I was thinking 4.5, but you get Tauscher for free. So 5.5 is good.
It should be free.
Look, if you don't get Tauscher for free, then it's then you just a penalty on you.
Then maybe they should just lose. It should be like the opposite of the cold snitch and Harry Potter.
Yeah.
All right, why don't we go callers number 1 and 9 today? Because Mizorowski had 1,900 mile per hour pitches. Caller 1, caller 9.
Caller number 1, caller number 9, 844-770-3776. Caller number 1, caller number 9, 844-770-3776. You're at least going to get a $25 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. And if you pick the correct over-under, you get a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team in 2025.
That's phony. I said he's coming back so he doesn't go out on a absolute, fart in the bathtub of last 2 seasons.
What?
It's gross. It's terrible.
Isn't it fart in the wind?
Vote for us every day this month at MadisonMagazine.com. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. An iconic moment.
1 minute left. Plus the 3.
Ben Bruss triple sealing a comeback in the round of 32 versus Oregon in Milwaukee. The Badger legend recalling it like it was yesterday.
I talked to the Bradley Center people who work at Fiserv now, and they told me, everyone has told me that is the loudest that they've ever heard that arena.
That got you hyped up? Replay a banner year on the ESPN Wisconsin app under the Varsity tab. Plus, relive even more at the Made 'em Believe event on Thursday. Tickets available at uwhoops2015.com.
What a beautiful day to have new windows and doors installed.
Pella has a product line for every budget.
No interest and no payments for up to 2 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Cheesy Bites Pizza is back at Pizza Hut. For only $13.99, you get a large pizza with 28 pullable, poppable, cheese-filled bites. Plus, it comes with Pizza Hut's very own Ranch Lovers Flight, featuring 3 bold dips: Ultimate Ranch, Chipotle Ranch, and Pepperoni Ranch. 1 large pizza, 3 dips, endless flavor. Ready to dip into deliciousness? Well, hurry. It's only available for a limited time. Head to a Pizza Hut location or order online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here to tell you about the delicious Odyssey Brands, a family-owned company crafting award-winning cheese right here in Wisconsin for over 4 generations. Made with locally sourced milk, Odyssey brings bold, Greek-style flavors straight to your table. From savory, crumbly feta to rich and creamy Greek yogurt, every bite is a taste of tradition and quality. You can find Odyssey products at most major retailers nationwide and online. Odyssey, crafted in Wisconsin, loved everywhere, dairy done right.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and lease a 2025 Honda Accord LX for as low as $295 per month. Or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from Parkside Pub in McFarland. Jim Rutledge alongside Molly Brown and at Hamilton. Primetime Warshine back at the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. We're going to play Minute to Win It in a second, brought to you by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. We got great locations, one in Verona, one in DeForest, one in Madison. Any one of those locations, you're going to have a great experience at. You can carry out, you can have it delivered, you can have it catered, you can just eat there. All great options at North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. All right, Matt and Molly, are you guys ready to play Minute to Win It?
I guess.
I didn't do any research on anything, so I don't know.
That's not new at all. All right, let's get into it.
Will they beat the odds?
I say everything with pure confidence, whether I think I'm totally right or not.
Or crumble under pressure?
I legitimately know one of these. I legitimately have one.
This is the Minute to Win It, presented by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, with 3 locations in Madison, DeForest, and Verona.
Well, Molly, if you hated that, I got a feeling you're not going to like today's category because, as is the tradition now, Minute to Win It, we are testing your guys' recall of stuff we talked about on recent shows. Last Friday, you remember what we were talking about? Remember the main central focus of the show? That would be the Packers all-quarter century team over at CBSSports.com.
Oh, okay. I have screenshots of that.
No cheating. Jim, take her phone.
No, she's got a picture of her son on there. It's fine.
Okay. Well, we know that...
Or someone's son. I'm assuming it's okay.
It's mine.
I would hope.
He's mine, I should say.
Okay.
He's not
well,
fit.
I'm sure Matt and Molly remember a lot of the headline names on that list, but, guys, how well do you remember the offensive linemen? The trenchmen from the list. All right, guys. So today the category is the 10 Packers offensive linemen who are on the all-quarter century team from CBS.com. Your timer starts now.
Mark Tauscher.
There you go.
Brian Bulaga.
Brian Bulaga, Iowa, on the list.
Marco Rivera.
Marco Rivera, also on the list.
Lindsley?
What?
What's his name? Corey Lindsley?
Okay. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh.
I thought he said Winsley, but yes, Corey Lindsley is part of the team.
Ron Weasley?
Ooh, who else would be it? David Bakhtiari.
David Bakhtiari is on the list.
Man, I can't remember his first name. I feel like...
What's his last name?
Wells? Sounded right.
That sounds
Scotty
right.
Wells is on the list.
Yes!
We're just giving last names now?
I'm trying to think. Who else would be on there? All the ones that are currently there are fighting for a spot.
I know. We got the 2 centers.
Ryan, are there any current ones?
Whoa.
Come on, we don't play like that.
Wait. There was a center that Tauscher said was really good. Would he be on the team? Would he be on this?
Isn't that Mark?
I literally just said the guy's name last
JC something with a T.
Treader.
Treader.
JC Treader was on the Packers for, I think, 5 seasons. He did not make the list.
Also, Elton Jenkins is on the list, correct?
Elton Jenkins is on the list, correct.
Okay, so that's even worse on the Packers coaching staff. The fact that they're trying to pretend like these guys are fighting for a spot then.
So that's 6. Is that 6?
That was 6, yes.
That was pretty good.
That
we
was
gave you
good.
5.5. So
yeah. Let's go.
By the way,
we were going to go 4.5, but we said Tauscher was a free one.
Yeah.
So that's why we
great.
bumped it to 5.5. And if you
Okay.
didn't get Tauscher, you're going to lose no matter what. We established that rule.
Yes.
That's probably right. All right, Ryan, who
Because
did
last
we
time you
miss?
guys didn't mention Tauscher. That's why we did it.
Oh, yeah. What was that one that we didn't mention Tauscher?
Well, it was we were talking about this list, and you didn't mention, like, Mark.
Oh, because we didn't want to drink a Coors Light with Tauscher. But, we do. Wow. It was just there's other options.
Yeah. I have. All right, check that off the list. Been
Off
there,
the
done
bucket
that,
list.
got the T-shirt.
Wow.
T-shirt.
Okay, Matt. Well, you guys got Elton Jenkins after the buzzer, so he didn't count. But you guys got your
I got
6
Elton
correct.
Jenkins.
Yeah,
True.
Jim got him.
Jim
Not
got
us.
Elton Jenkins. The one you guys got both centers. That was Scott Wells and Corey Lindsley, so there wasn't anyone you were forgetting there.
Good polls.
You got David Bakhtiari, you got Mark Tauscher, Brian Balaga, Iowa, and then you got Marco Rivera. You guys missed a bit on the tackles, though. Chad Clifton was one you left
I
out.
was going to ask you if Clifton was on there.
Cliffy.
I didn't know if he was too old. I didn't know when he played.
No, because he
No.
came after Tausch.
I remember him getting ear-holed
Didn't
by Warren Sapp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like
Wait,
early,
did he come after Tausch, or did Tausch replace him?
I
No,
think
Tauscher was on the right side.
Oh,
Yes,
they
they
just
play-
okay. They played together.
they played opposite ends of each other, yes. He was the left tackle while Tausch was the right tackle. And then guard during the heyday of Aaron Rodgers, Josh Sitton, and then TJ Lang were the two big ones you guys missed.
Man, when you say them, I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, I totally could have gotten them. I just
Same.
Yeah.
Those are
silly.
yeah.
That was a good list, Ryan.
Now,
We
just-
actually, I feel like we actually
And a
got
good line, Jim.
We got the lesser known names. Like we should almost get double points for the ones that we got.
We already won, Molly. Let's go. Let's just not
Like, yeah,
be
last
too
time-
greedy
Pump
here.
the brakes.
Yeah,
last time they got
last time-
crazy on us.
Last time we got cocky, we kind
Yeah.
of tightened the screws on you. Let's not,
I don't think we got cocky.
we're lightening them up again, all right? We're lightening the screws up a little bit on you. All you have to do is retain information.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's hard for me.
It's really hard. When Ryan was like, "Hey, do you guys remember what we talked about on Friday?" Nope.
Nope.
I don't
Goodness,
actually.
Goodness. I do want to.
Ear
So I want our
hole
listeners. You can call in during the break, and we'll hit it on the other side. The Car Was Talking text line list is more 844-770-3776. Ryan, make sure I help me set this up right. Was it New York Times was asking people to fill out their favorite movies of the 2000s? Is that correct?
Yes, they were asking listeners to put in their top 10 movies of the 2000s.
So what we're going to do is we're asking our listeners, and we have a list here. We actually did some research of like what we're not going to do only, but we're going to do the top 10 sports movies of the 2000s.
So it's of the 2000s, but it's not restricted to the aughts. It's
Yes.
the last 25 years.
2000,
The quarter
25.
decade, yeah.
Yes.
Quarter
The
century.
quarter century team. The quarter century movies. All right.
2.5 years worth of
8-4.
movies.
2.5 years. Well, I mean, 2000 sounds like you're saying from 2000
You're
to
right.
09.
You are right.
So that's why I just wanted to clarify.
Okay.
Does it?
I didn't think so.
I didn't think so either.
That's because you guys know what we're talking about.
It's true. I could
feel
see
like
the
people
confusion.
Yeah, I also feel like I have some deductive reasoning. We wouldn't ask for your
We have
favorite
common
movies
sense.
from 2000 to 2009, 2010. Like, yeah.
The 2000s?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I feel like why would we be asking you that?
I'm a nut. I'm just clarifying, Jim.
You try to be helpful, and I'm being mean. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just trying to help.
844-770-3776. But Molly's being mean, too. Car Was Talking text line. The top 10 sports movies of the last quarter century. This is Jim and Mob, presented by Coors Light.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center Update brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. The Brewers winning 4-2 today in their rubber match against the Pirates, and it was the matchup of pitching phenoms, and the Miz, Jacob Mizorowski, delivered in his duel versus the Pirates' Paul Skenes. In 5 innings pitched, the Miz recorded 8 strikeouts while allowing just 2 hits and 2 walks, and he finished with 19 pitches of 100-plus miles per hour. Brewers actually had 3 pitchers throw balls over 100 miles per hour with the Miz, Abner Uribe, and then closer Trevor McGill, who shut it out in the 9th for the Brewers. Meanwhile, Mizorowski is now allowed just one hit over the first 14 innings pitched of his career, and he's now allowed just 3 over the first 16 innings in his first 3 starts. Meanwhile, the Brewers chased ball Skenes out of the game after 4 innings pitched. The Murphy's Mashers scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the second inning on a bevy of bloopers and singles. Sounds like some good old-fashioned Brewers baseball. It's the 3rd time in 40 career starts Skenes has allowed 4 runs. Brewers will have the day off before taking on the Rockies at AmFam Field on Friday. Second hour of Jim and Molly right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team in 2025 on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
All right, guys, this is it. Home stretch. 2 weeks left for Best of Madison voting. We are so Madison. They even got streets named after us.
Love, Goff, and Darnold are unique names. Williams is a very generic name.
Almost as generic as Brown. I totally understand.
That's phony. I said he's coming back so he doesn't go out on an absolute fart in the bathtub of last 2 seasons.
What?
It's gross. It's terrible.
Isn't it fart in the wind?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison, alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is hour number 2 of Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power alongside Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton. We are live at Parkside Pub in McFarland, affectionately known, according to Matt Hamilton, from the locals as Dark Side. Matt's home base bar. You can come by and get a $3 Coors Light tap while we are hanging out here. And we're having a blast. You can chime in on the Carbon Stock text line 844-770-3776. Our first Signing Limited poll question was, is Big Miz the best pitcher in baseball right now? And I don't disagree with that statement completely if we say right now. I focus on basically the Cubs and the Brewers. Those are the 2 teams I would know the most about. But I still think right now he would be. He's got a strong case for it. Right now, 55% of you say yes.
Only 55.
I think that speaks to Brewers fans understanding, like, hey, there's a lot of really good pitchers out there. We talked about
and
it.
He's only played 3 games. Started
16
3
innings.
games.
16 innings. Now, right now, there's a case for it. But if I was a betting man, he won't have it. I don't think he'll have another start in July. He's not going to win Pitcher of the Month in July. Or June, excuse me. He won't have another start in June. He won't win Pitcher of the Month in June.
Why not?
I think 16 innings, there's probably someone, I'm just guessing, just on sheer, like, the way baseball works, there's probably someone that had 3 or 4 starts. They might have 25 innings. If they have 25 innings and they give up 2 runs and they won 3 or 4 games, like.
The numbers.
Yeah, so.
There's a great chance he could be, like, Rookie of the Month.
Oh, absolutely. That seems far more likely. And I could be wrong. Maybe no pitcher's done great in the month of June. I'm just kind of ballparking here.
Did you guys?
I look up here. Rico.
We don't have a game that would even be eligible for him to pitch again because he needs 4 days rest. I believe in
usually
between
5. Usually
5 days. Yeah, the next game is the last game in June is the 29th. So we don't have a 30th game for him to play.
I didn't think he would. And then we also asked this question. New York Times basically asked their followers to rank their top 10 favorite movies of the last quarter century here. And we are asking you to rank your top 10 sports movies of the last quarter century. 844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. That's Carlos Talking text line. I'm just going to kind of run through some of these. I'm going to go in reverse order because at the end, the ones that we started with that we came up with off the top of our head. So I want to go with the more deep cuts first that we kind of had to look up. And then you can continue chiming on these. But we're going to pick our – how many do we get for a poll question, Ryan? Is it 4 or 5? We'll just do 4. We'll do 4.
We get 4 for a poll question.
So 4, we're going to pick our top 4 to put on the list.
Okay.
Well, let's run through some of these. Foxcatcher. Do you know what Foxcatcher is?
Yes, that was Steve Carell and
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum in that wrestling.
I believe it has an Olympic tie to it because I believe it's about an Olympic-level wrestling coach.
Oh, I never saw this, but I know what it is.
It's dark. It's good. but it's dark. I would not put it on the list. So I'm
Definitely
gonna cross
nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, it was good and dark, but like I don't know.
88%
really
on Rotten
rewatchable.
Tomatoes.
Oh God, no! And I don't even know if it was very sportsy.
It's
Like
not.
there's
I mean,
wrestling in it, but
It's
it's not.
more of the in-between wrestling, right? Like
Yeah, and it's not like the big crescendo sport like this way you think of a sports movie,
Right.
You know. So then you have The Wrestler, which I love. Mickey Rourke and Marissa Tomei. It's more of an indie film. Matt, I know you knew of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I
Only
like
because
it.
it was
I don't know
also
if it's worth
nominated.
nominating. Ryan, I guess we'll kind of, and again, chime in 844-770-3776. Carl was talking text line list is more. I
Two
would say it's
Oscar-nominated movies. Like, I don't think we're going to nominate it for our top 4.
No, but you can throw them in there. No, we're doing our top.
Yeah,
four.
no, I get
People
it.
can chime in.
I just think it's funny. The first two like deep cuts that we pulled are both Oscar-nominated
Yeah,
movies.
yeah,
We're like,
yeah.
I don't think
But
that
also
fits our
sometimes
list.
Oscar movies when you're watching like the award shows and you're like,
Because I want to try
Why?
to get it like these are worth it. Like these are really good
Okay.
movies to watch. I would put The Wrestler in mine. I want to make it something that people would actually vote on. Ryan, have you ever seen The Wrestler?
I actually have not seen The Wrestler. It's one of the better movies that I haven't seen, especially sports movies. So blind
Yeah.
spot for me.
Evan Cohen is one of our regular guests here on the station. Obviously, a member of Good Karma and ESPN, morning show host of Unsportsmanlike. You can hear that here on ESPN Madison every morning. One of his favorites, I believe, is Love and Basketball.
okay.
Have any of you seen
I've
that
seen
one?
that.
I don't think so.
What year is
I
that?
think Mike Epps, and I forget who it's actually about, I believe, a female basketball player, and she ends up dating a male basketball player, and it's their idea of, like, they fall in love and their love story. But it's a good basketball movie, too.
2000. That movie's
Yeah, no,
from.
they're
So
all-
it's just
they're-
on the
Just
just on the
players.
cusp.
Yes. The next one we have on the list here is Bring It On.
I love Bring It On. I like the first 3 of them.
All right, I'm going to put a little star next to Bring It On and The Wrestler. All right, Bagger Vance, The Legend of Bagger Vance.
That was a fine movie, but I don't think that's even going to crack my top golf movies.
Okay, I just threw it out there.
Yeah.
Moneyball.
Yes.
I really liked Moneyball.
So I put an
I feel like
asterisk next
Moneyball
to it?
has to be on
To
the
keep
list.
this moving, we're just going to we'll put an
Yeah.
asterisk next to it and we'll come back. All right, 42, about Jackie Robinson.
That's a good
Yeah,
movie.
that was
All
good.
Is that worth
Warrior.
the list, though? 42?
I don't know if it's worth the list.
Let's just asterisk for now. We'll
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll come
Okay.
back and make
Narrow
it
it
tighter.
down.
Warrior. It's a movie, I believe it's Tom Hardy, a young Tom Hardy, kind of on his come up as like a UFC sort of fighter. But it wasn't even UFC. It really was like
It was
human
cage
cockfighting.
fighting, yeah.
Like, this was like cage fighting back then. So like,
I liked
Warrior.
it, but I don't know if it should get the asterisk for our list.
Okay.
Really, it's
Molly
good.
or Ryan, do you want to fight that or not?
Ryan can. I haven't seen it.
I won't go to the mat for the Warrior.
Phil Wanakee says basketball. Basketball Diaries.
I haven't even heard of that before.
No, I haven't heard of it.
You guys haven't seen it? I don't think it's too old. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's not really a basketball movie.
Hold on, I'm Googling it.
It's from 1995. Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Doesn't
Too old.
qualify.
Does dodgeball count?
Yeah,
Yes,
it
should
does.
count.
Like, are we considering
Oh, you
sports
wrote down
comedies?
dodgeball. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, semi-pro better be on this
Yeah, we
list
wrote
at some
down
point.
Basketball? Is that from the 90s?
Stin the
I think that's
Phil Love
90s.
chimes in. I'll let him talk his trash. Just tune on the radio, no idea what's happening. But how about that crap baseball team in Milwaukee, Jim? Hey, Stin, they were crappy a week ago. Like when I said they were crappy, they were.
They
Chris
haven't
Yelich-
been crappy since I said they were boring.
Right, but that's when I said they were crappy. They were. They were terrible. They got Big Miz and Christian Yelich started to hit. They are no longer a crappy baseball team. I'm not gonna fight that. They're no longer a bad baseball team. And I am also not going to do what Ryan did, where he just tried to poo-poo the Cubs being good by saying the whole NL Central sucks.
Well,
No.
I mean,
said that?
Ryan did. When the Cubs were number one in the NL Central, Ryan did classic fan stuff like, but the whole division sucks.
Yeah.
So, like, the Cubs
it's
aren't
not
that
the
good.
strongest division. I mean, there's no denying that.
But
I
now
would
it
say.
is. Like, there are 3 teams, the Cardinals and the Cubs and the Brewers, that are, I think, only a couple games back.
I was gonna
best
say.
league, best record in the National League.
You
Are
feel
you getting nervous, Jim?
you know,
No, it's June.
2 games behind. Brewers are 2 games behind the Cubbies today, and now the Cubs play the Cardinals tonight.
Yep,
It's a big
yep.
one. It's a big series.
It is, absolutely.
Only 4 more months until the playoffs.
Yeah, right. That's why I'm not nervous. And the Cubs are going to go get people. The Brewers
And the
won't.
Brewers are going to lose.
Yeah, we're going to lose people.
If you're betting money, the Brewers are going to be trading away Freddie Peralta as the Cubs acquire someone else. So
Brew
I'm not worried
October.
over the long haul. But, all right, getting back to this. The Fighter. That was a Christian Bale movie with Mark Wahlberg.
That's a fantastic movie. I think that
All
should
right,
be that
we'll
should be on the
asterisk it.
list.
Cinderella Man. Russell Crowe's story about a boxer in the Great Depression.
I think I've seen that one.
It's another.
Sandler chimed in with Sandlot. There's no way that's from the
No,
Sandlot's
from like the
not from
80s.
Unless you're saying like the
Is there a
Sandlot.
remake?
Are we sure?
No. Yeah, the remake.
Is
would-
there
Not
a
from the
remake of
80s.
Sandlot?
Good Lord. 80s?
Are you
I'm
sure?
100% sure.
There are
Let's
remakes of the
look.
Sandlot that came out in the
93.
2000s.
1993. That's close enough to the 80s.
That's fair.
Now,
I, Tanya. That's a good movie.
It is.
one movie I know.
We
we
write it
don't-
down. I'm not going to put it on the list, but I can write it down.
One movie I know we don't have on that list. Yes, the greatest game ever played.
Yeah, that's deep. It's not going to be on. Like, it's not a massive
It's a
deal.
good movie.
Remember the Titans?
Remember the Titans
Yes,
should be
it's
on
on the
this
list.
list.
All right, let's just run it.
That's from 2000.
We got these on the list here. Let's
Oh,
not go off the list.
sorry.
Cinderella Man, we're not asterisking.
Nah.
Ask those two.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen
Invincible. The Mark Wahlberg Philadelphia one.
No.
That was
gets
fun,
mixed up
but I
with,
don't think
That
it's
might
on the
be-
movie.
that
Silver
might-
Linings Playbook.
That might be the best corny movie of the quarter century.
right, yeah.
Invincible. Not Silver
Watch
Linings
this
Playbook.
5'7" guy make the
Invictus.
NFL.
Invictus. I think it stars Matt Damon. It's a
Yeah, I just saw that on here.
well-done
Yeah.
movie. I wouldn't put it on the list, though. Longest Yard, the remake.
I like it, but I don't know if it makes this list.
Okay,
a lot of
come
star
on.
power in it.
Do you,
What, right? You want to make a case for it? Or what?
This is like this. I grew up on this movie. This movie's fantastic.
all right, we can asterisk it. All right, semi-pro.
100% on the list.
We can asterisk it. I'm not putting it on the list. We
No,
can asterisk
I know. Okay.
Love me tender, Jim.
It's a terrible movie.
No. Anything with Will
If
Ferrell.
you
in
say
it
that
with
again,
sports,
I'm going to
out.
hit you in the jejunum.
We got Kicking and Screaming. We got Semi-Pro, and we got Blades of Glory.
Which are
Out.
all movies that are
Out.
better as just the clips, not an actual movie. Blades of Glory, no.
No.
Hold on.
I'm
So
just going to
good.
cross it. Molly can veto that.
Another
Iron
Will-
Lotus?
What'd you say?
All right, Matt's just quoting things.
No, Ryan.
I
What
was
did
gonna-
Ryan say?
I was gonna say another Will Ferrell sports movie we were forgetting. Talladega Nights.
It's literally the next one on the list.
Yeah.
I would asterisk that one. Dodgeball was already on the list. Dodgeball, we
I
asterisk.
love dodgeball.
All righty. Miracle on Ice, Stin, the Badger Equipment alum. It's on our list. I think that one's definitely going to get asterisk. I'll just asterisk it now. We Are Marshall.
Was good.
Marshall.
I don't think it's
It was
quite
good.
like
It just
Remember
it
the
didn't
Titans
resonate with
level.
people.
Yeah.
Glory Road, I'm going to put the same thing. Seabiscuit, man, that's probably one of my favorites.
Jim loves a horse race.
It's a hell of a movie.
It is a good movie.
It's every bit a sports movie. You have the big build up, the
Yeah.
ups, and
No,
the
it
downs.
is.
Like it really is. I'm going to put an asterisk on it. We don't have to keep it in there. Mr. 3000, love it, but no. The Rookie, good, no. Blindside, too problematic.
Yeah.
Like we all liked it.
We all got
Sorry, I
blindsided
shouldn't
by
laugh.
the news.
I mean, honestly, they should have just released it as fiction. It's like there was a book called, I think, A Million Little Pieces. It was about a guy who was a drug addict who went to rehab, and it's his story. And he made up so much of it, but he called it. And the reason why he got in trouble is Oprah's book of the year, and the book was great, and the story, everything behind it's great. But he put it in nonfiction, and there was more fiction than nonfiction in it, and everyone's like, well, this all sucks now. And same with the movie. It's if you just would have said this was fiction or partial truth, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
And I think Blindside, same thing.
Oh.
The Creed movie series, do we just put it in like that?
Yeah, probably.
I would just say
All right,
the
well,
first one. I don't think the other two
Creed,
hold
okay.
up. Yeah.
I just watched the last one. I enjoyed it, but that's fine. Remember the Titans? So that's going to be on there.
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights, we'll asterisk that. Hardball.
Haven't seen it.
Don't watch it.
Keanu?
It's a great movie, but don't watch it.
Oh.
Hardball. Yeah, Keanu's in it. We don't have to
It's not worthy.
Coach Carter?
I was just looking at that one.
Ooh.
I
That's
love
not-
Coach Carter.
It's not, though.
I
It's-
know.
I like it,
I
but
just
no.
love it.
The replacements, it's fine, but no.
What about Air?
Oh, God, I love Air.
Is that a
But it
sports
doesn't-
movie?
Well, here's
Yes.
the thing. I would
It's a shoe
asterisk
movie.
it, but then I would not put it on the list because then
see.
I think the next step here, if you're doing the best movies, we've got to do this quickly before we kind of move on to put the poll question up. Then you got to do you got to add popularity into it. Then.
Yeah.
So let's run
Fair.
through this. The wrestlers got to go off the list. 42, I don't think was a massive movie. I think that's got to go off the list. I think The Fighter has to go off the list, even though I love it.
Okay.
Seabiscuit probably has to. I don't think that was a big blockbuster off the list. So you got Dodgeball, Talladega Nights, Miracle on Ice. I think it's called Miracle, by the way.
Miracle.
Yeah.
It is
and then
Miracle.
Remember the Titans, Friday Night Lights.
I feel like we should only
And
have
then
one
Air has to
football.
be off the list.
Miracle should be on it.
1, 2, 3,
Remember the Titans should be on the list.
4, 5.
Yep.
We got 5, so we just got to cut one. So I would cut either Dodgeball or Talladega Nights.
I would
think you
cut.
gotta unfortunately, Dodgeball.
Yeah, because Talladega Nights was bigger.
Yeah.
Eh. Fine. Will Ferrell can have one spot on this list.
You're not
and that's
first,
it.
you're last, Molly.
That movie was a cultural phenomenon that Will every once in a while hits. He's got like Elf, Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
As far as like being popular and good and funny.
Yeah.
I know.
Help me, Oprah Winfrey.
He might be one of my. I think him and Adam Sandler.
All hopped up on me.
Probably even more Will Ferrell than Adam Sandler might be my daughter's favorite actor.
Really?
Well, he's in Elf.
Okay, that's fair.
I love Elf, but he's in other. What else has he been in?
Kicking and Screaming. That's a
They
kids
haven't seen
movie.
that one. What other movies have they seen him in? But they've seen him in a couple.
Night at the Roxbury.
Night at the Roxbury, obviously,
Yeah,
Jim.
no.
His best movie.
He's been in a couple others. He would be up to Adam Sandler as well because he was in the movie with Drew Barrymore.
50 First Dates or which one?
No, the one where
Blended?
Blended.
We just watched that recently, too.
Yeah, we had seen that for the first time. He's also in, they watched where he adopts the kid.
Uncut Gems.
Yeah. Big Daddy.
He's like, what?
Big Daddy.
Oh, yes, yes,
Daddy.
yes, okay.
Yeah. Which was
Uncut Gems.
not
That movie was
quite
garbage.
No,
by the way.
wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Are you kidding
That
me?
movie
Kevin
was
Garnett was
horrible.
great in that movie.
Oh,
It was a
my
great-
God.
Fantastic movie.
Is that a sports movie because KG's in it?
Well,
No.
it's a sports betting movie.
But not really, because it's like, yeah, it happens, but it's not. But like, there's not like a sports part to it. You get-
Oh,
you know
yeah, you just get to watch like clips of basketball.
yeah. Because to me, it's more about the downfall of Adam Sandler than the sports. Is what I
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at.
One could
All right,
argue gambling is somewhat of a sport nowadays. Come on.
Yeah.
Give
That's
him
true,
their
but
due.
Who was it?
If you can't play, gamble.
Jeff Perlman says that gambling has basically ruined sports. As far as like making it, well, his whole case is which you could kind of say like all the advertising, everything. It's just it's just all encompassing sports now that like you can't even like watch anything without it being like all about the gambling.
I mean, I guess I get that, but it's still, I'm not annoyed by it. I'm here for it.
I know, and I'm not saying he's right. I was just saying that was his case for it. Molly, tell us about Made to Believe.
Tomorrow night, you can relive all the excitement from the 2015 team of Wisconsin men's basketball at Made and Believe at the Orpheum Theater. You can get your tickets at uwhoops2015.com. That's uwhoops2015.com. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team for the third year in a row. Vote every day this month at madisonmagazine.com.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
4th of July savings are here at the Home Depot, so it's time to get your grilling on. Pick up the Traeger Pro Series 22 pellet grill and smoker, now on special buy for $389, was $549. Smoke a rack of ribs or bake an apple pie, this grill is versatile enough to do it all. This summer, no matter how you like your steaks, your barbecues are guaranteed to be well done. Celebrate 4th of July with fast free delivery on select grills right now at the Home Depot. Subject to availability.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC, powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing your schedule, responding to Jim's long emails, leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC starting at $749.99 at Dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman's Brad Nortman.
You hear me talk about Carbless and their refreshing flavors all the time. One of my favorites is watermelon, and Carbless just dropped the Watermelon Vodka Cocktail 4-pack. Perfect for chilling, grilling, or game day thrills. You know the drill. Zero sugar, unlimited flavor. Enjoy clean, crisp refreshment without the guilt. That's what Carbless does. Find the new Watermelon 4-packs wherever you get your Carbless. Crack open the taste of summer and get your bliss on.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Celebrate the red, white, and blue at the Bridges. On Sunday, June 29th, play a two-person scramble for just $120 per person, including 18 holes with a cart, prizes, and dinner. Find more details at golfthebridges.com today.
Hi, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network. Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's trusted name in home improvement, does more than just top-quality roofing. They're your go-to for maintenance-free siding and energy-efficient windows, too. Ridgetop has expert credentials with leading manufacturers like Pella, James Hardie, and LP Smart Siding. For over 20 years, they delivered exceptional craftsmanship and service. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Ridgetop Exteriors, where customer service always comes first.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team in 2025. Vote for us every day this month at MadisonMagazine.com.
Man, I got this swag. My habits in my bag. You know I'm popping tag. But man, I got this swag. Man, I got this swag. My habits in my bag. You know I'm popping tag. But man, I got this swag when I serve. Now I be surfing swag. I'm on him.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from Parkside Pub. Jim Rutledge alongside Molly Brown, Matt Hamilton. We are on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. You can stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Primetime Warshine back at the Everlight Solar Studio. Stin, the Badger Equipment alum, with a couple different choices. If poker is a sport, Molly's Game is a great movie. Molly's Game is a great movie. And poker.
I mean, they show poker on ESPN, don't they?
I'm not saying poker's not a sport, but
they have a World Series.
Yes, but I am more inclined
How many games
to watch.
does it go into?
I think I would watch Molly's Game 10 times before I'd watch anyone play poker.
Yeah,
there's nothing
fair.
Like that's one of the worst things to watch on TV.
Yeah,
and I always got really annoyed. I know he's a Madison guy, but like Phil Hellmuth and all these dorks with like they wear sunglasses and hat. Like, if we're gonna do it, can we at least do it how like they did in the Wild West, where it's like, yeah, you get to see my face. Like if you're playing with
then
your
you
buddy,
actually have to have a poker
if
face.
you're playing with your buddy and that douche wears sunglasses and a hat.
That's
Get
me.
out of here. Yeah.
I definitely bring sunglasses to a game with friends.
I've never done that. It's such a lame-ass thing to do.
It's not like I'm doing it like for the bit.
Okay.
More than
So
anything.
you're-
It's not like I have way too many tells that a pair of sunglasses is not
All
going
right,
to hide them.
Okay, if it's for the bit, that's fine. Because otherwise, like, what are we doing? Like, that's not part of poker. Is like for me, Rounders is poker. Like,
Rounders?
Have you seen
That was
Rounders?
Matt
Ed
Damon.
Norton and Matt Damon movie.
Great movie.
Yes.
And KGB.
Yeah, John Malkovich. Yes.
I actually just watched the clip the other day.
Just hanging around. Hanging around.
Paid the man his money.
Yes. Great movie. But you also threw in Space Jam. The
21
original
is a good
should
movie.
make the cut. It's pre-2000. So if you are chiming in, the qualification was this best sports movie of the last quarter century.
What are some of the other
Well,
things that people have
Salvage Time
texted
was
in?
semi-pro. We just eliminated semi-pro off the list. So
Unfortunately.
what did we end up with?
The movie's so dumb.
Robin Madison says if curling is a sport, so is pool. Pool hall junkies.
Whoa, okay, Rob Madison, take it easy.
I don't know when that movie came out. I would say the best pool movie is probably Color of Money.
There's
Paul
pool
Newman and
movies?
Tom Cruise.
Good
yeah.
Lord.
But
not better than curling.
Is there any curling movies?
Yeah, Men with Brooms. It's so bad. It's good.
All right, so our signing
Sounds
limited
like
poll
something
question
else.
is: the New York Times is releasing the list of their best movies of the quarter century. What are the best sports movies?
Oh, 2002,
of the
Men
quarter
with
century?
Brooms. Let's put it on the
Of
list.
Quarter century, and right now our options are Remember the Titans, Friday Night Lights, Miracle, and Talladega Nights. I'm going to go ahead and vote for out of that list. Remember the Titans.
I think that's where I go.
Miracle's number one.
Of course you do.
I wonder how that does, like, outside of Wisconsin where we just like cold. And I like Miracle. And it's very true to form, which I really enjoy as well.
Right.
Like, those who are part of that movie said that movie, like, Remember the Titans was not that true to form.
That's what I've heard.
Like, for an example,
Unfortunately.
my understanding is that, one, the assistant coach, like, was not doing this. And thankfully, I don't think the coach of the opposing team was such a horrible person as they portray him in the movie.
Right.
Like, some of those things, if you're portraying someone, and this has happened a few times, as some, like, horrible human being, and they're not that, like, they've sued and been like, what are we doing? That's my name, and now you made me look like the most comically awful racist of all time, and I was only kind of racist. I was normal racist from Remember the Titans time. But you know what I mean? Like, if you're that guy, you're like, come on, like, make someone up. Like, don't
That would suck.
put him on a real team. Like, make sure it's well known it's a fabricated character. I think the biggest one in Remember the Titans, though, is pretty on point. I think the biggest fabrication was the injury that happened to Bertier.
Oh,
that wasn't real?
It happened after the championship game.
Oh.
Like the car crash?
Yes.
But that does make a good storyline in the movie.
Yes, and that one's not too bad of I believe Glory Road in that movie, and I haven't seen it in a while, but I think they don't go with the all-black starting lineup until, like, the championship game of the NCAA when they had the whole season like that.
Right.
So it's like, well, okay. So, like, I understand you got to create conflict, but is there any other way you could do it? Because that's a big factual change that you did in the movie.
And I don't think a French guy that came from F1 came to NASCAR and actually beat out Ricky Bobby the way they did in that movie either.
Actually,
also
speaking of
based on
racing
a true
movies,
story.
That we maybe had a big miss because it might be my favorite sports movie just because basically I think I've seen it 3 times now, but I can't remember the name of it. It stars Christian Bale and Matt Damon.
It might be his favorite movie, but he
Ford
can't remember
versus
the
Ferrari.
name.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah. That is a pretty good movie.
Wait, that's like pretty new.
That's what I'm saying. But, like, I've seen it 3 times. It
Oh.
is so good. I don't
2019.
even like racing or anything. It's just such a good movie.
Christian Bale's just pretty much any movie he's in, I'm down to watch.
And I'm
he's a good
basically
actor.
like that with Matt Damon, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really know of a Matt Damon movie I would.
Wait, there's a
not
new
watch.
racing movie with
We
Brad
Bought a
Pitt
Zoo?
coming out.
Oh, love.
You love that one?
Yeah, here's why.
Okay.
Well, one, it's a cute story, but we didn't name Rosie after the character in it, but the name Rosie came into our vernacular because of that movie.
Oh, okay.
So, like,
So you got a soft spot for it.
yeah. But
Guys, I'm just Googling movies like crazy.
but
Yeah,
we
you've got
Bought
a
We
long-
Bought a Zoo is adorable. I don't. Apparently, Matt didn't like it.
It was just fine. It was too adorable.
Is it going to make me cry?
No, it's sweet.
Okay. Oh, Scarlett Johansson's in it.
Okay. Maybe I'll give it another chance.
I would say the only sad part is I believe, but it starts with like it's not a Disney movie, but like the mom dies right away.
Oh,
But
okay,
she doesn't
great.
die, but she die in the movie. 844-770-3776. How you get into the show? Carl was talking text line. List is more.
That was the fatality sounder for Mortal Kombat, Molly.
Gotcha.
Also a good sports movie.
Great. The Mortal Kombat movie is pretty good.
Sadler chimes in with Nacho Libre. I've never seen that.
That is Jack Black as
I
a
never will
wrestler.
see it.
The boys like that one. I'm not a Jack Black fan.
Jack Black is a very big miss for me.
Except for in Jumanji. Jumanji was good. And
He was good in that. The Jumanji movies are so good.
Dude, School of Rock's a great movie.
Which is
School
even
of
funny
Rock,
with the
yeah.
Jumanji ones is that
Tenacious D is pretty good.
the two with Jack Black and Kevin Hart and The Rock are great, but the original's good too, and they're completely different.
With
Robin Williams,
and yeah.
Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
That one is super good.
Yeah.
Oh, not a sports movie.
No. I was talking about movies you like, but it's summer. The F1 movie, though, you talked about, Brad Pitt, sports movie coming out. They used, either it's the same director or they used the person to put together all the shots from the Top Gun Maverick movie.
Oh, for that one?
For that one. And apparently there is a new Top Gun Maverick or Top Gun movie coming out.
Another one?
Yeah. So apparently Tom Cruise not dead in the original
Top Gun Goose.
Top Gun Maverick.
Tom Brady. Jesus.
I feel like this
Brad Pitt looks great.
I feel like this is going to be a miss.
He's 61. Look at this photo
Ageless.
of this.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
This isn't like the people in their 60s. Go look at Harrison. Go think of your grandparents and they're like, I think Harrison Ford is darn near 80, and then think of like Harrison Ford in his age. But like that's where it just throws you off. And he's old. Don't get me wrong. He looks old, but he's 82. Does he look like an 82-year-old if you thought of like
maybe? I would have given it to you like when he was like 50, 60. He did not look 50, 60. Time caught him.
Okay, yes, but he looks
Father Time is undefeated,
but he looks 70.
Including with Han Solo.
Think of how old think of how 82 he looks like 70-something, 72.
That's fair, Jim, but not even the Millennium Falcon's outrunning
All
Father
right,
Time.
Situation normal. We're fine.
I just
We're all
disagree
fine.
with you, Jim. He looks
No,
old.
but like you've got these lame-ass jokes over and over again. He does look old. I said he doesn't look 82.
Yeah, no, I mean, when I Google 82-year-old man.
Why would you Google that?
Like, just think of your
A
grandparents who
comparison.
were like 82 and what the movie stars look like now. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
That's all I was getting at. He's old. He's 82. He looks 72.
He's gotten some good filler and Botox. It's okay.
Probably. Because honestly, the worst ones are the way people like get bad filler. Because then all of a sudden, someone who's 45 looks 65.
True.
Because everyone 65 is trying to look 45, and they all got the plastic face. And it's like, I don't know how old anyone is. I assume you're all 70 trying to look 40. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We're going to get to throwing stones on the other side.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
It was the nastiest looking hot dog I think I've ever seen in my life. It was like beige with like mustard squirted like in random spots.
It is like a Jackson Pollock painting with the mustard just all over the place. Matt claims to be an Olympic athlete, and he can't properly squeeze out mustard in a straight line.
Yeah, no, not great.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Cheesy Bites Pizza is back at Pizza Hut. For only $13.99, you get a large pizza with 28 pullable, poppable, cheese-filled bites. Plus, it comes with Pizza Hut's very own Ranch Lovers Flight, featuring 3 bold dips: Ultimate Ranch, Chipotle Ranch, and Pepperoni Ranch. 1 large pizza, 3 dips, endless flavor. Ready to dip into deliciousness? Well, hurry. It's only available for a limited time. Head to a Pizza Hut location or order online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management. Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Celebrate the 4th with family, friends, and unbeatable appliance deals at Brothers Maine. Our fireworks of savings on top brands like Whirlpool, plus next day delivery, will make you ooh and ah. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
The search for luxury begins at Audi Madison. Save $5,500 when you purchase or lease a new 2025 Audi Q7 55. National customer credit is good toward the purchase, finance, or lease of a new Audi, but is only available until June 30th. Why drive something ordinary when you can drive something extraordinary? Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Avondale Roofing is knocking on your door. Leaking roof? Man, that's a shame. Call the real pros. We running this game. We patch it, thatch it, no need to stress. Our crew shows up and cleans up the mess. No drips, no drafts, no drama at all. Just tight new shingles, then a leak-proof hall. Hey.
It's nothing but Avondale, baby. They keep it dry when the weather gets crazy. Hey.
Visit AvondaleRoofing.com. That is AvondaleRoofing.com.
You remember the moments from that magical March.
Outside Decker. It's a three. Got it!
On June 26th, celebrate the squad with Made 'em Believe. A special night with Bo Ryan, Frank Kaminsky, and Sam Decker.
Here's Kaminsky. The drop stab. That's his favorite. And the two.
Presented by Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, Potosi Varsity Ale, and Potosi Hard Seltzer. Tickets are on sale now at UWHoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe. June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious accident? It's free. Yes, free, as in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. There's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
But not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
This update sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Fans, here is the Quick Trip to the Ballpark ticket offer. Spend $200 at participating Quick Trip locations and get a free Terrace Reserve ticket to a 2025 Milwaukee Brewers home game. Check brewers.com/quicktrip for more details. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from Parkside Pub. We are presented by Coors Light. Jim Rutledge, Molly Brown, Matt Hamilton with you. You can stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. See us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream as well. You can go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Millions of dollars are won every single weekend at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Go be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. The NBA draft is tonight. We have coverage beginning at 6:30 right here on ESPN Madison. And I have a stone around the NBA draft.
Ooh. 1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
This kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
Now what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out.
I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
That's right. The NBA draft is tonight. I'm going to make this interactive as well. 844-770-3776. Crawbus Talk and text line. This is more. I'm going to give you two people. One that I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole, whether it's the Milwaukee Bucks or any team, and one player that I would love for the Milwaukee Bucks to take. The first one is Ace Bailey. I'm going to ask both of you, do either one of you know anything about Ace Bailey?
He went to Rutgers. I was just watching a whole thing on him.
Yes, so Ace Bailey went to Rutgers.
But he rejected going to the Combine?
No, but here's the story behind him is he has refused to talk to any teams.
Oh, yeah.
But he did go to Rutgers. Dylan Harper also went to Rutgers. He's going to be the clear-cut number 2 pick. He would have been a number 1 pick in any other year. He kind of comps to Cade Cunningham, who is now a all-star level player with the Detroit Pistons. And Ace Bailey could have gone number 3. Now, the rumors are, because he wouldn't meet with basically 3 through, I think he wouldn't meet with Philadelphia. He wouldn't meet with Charlotte. He's not meeting with some of these teams. Utah, one of them as well, because he wants to end up in Washington possibly, because that's where he can get up the most amount of shots, get the most amount of playing time, so he can be in line for a better second contract, is the thought process that people are attributing this. So, like, instead of going to Philadelphia where he could develop his skills and be on a team that maybe he's a winner and could be a star on a team in a few years, because Philadelphia, I mean, if you want to take a team that feels like they have title aspirations where the East is hurt, obviously Philadelphia, they may try out a 3 spot, but Ace Bailey is basically slammed the door on a bunch of teams saying, I don't want to go there, and it's mainly because he just wants to be able to play his minutes and get his shots up.
Get your first contract before you worry about your second one, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and
100%.
it's just putting priorities like just go to the best basketball situation. It's not like any of those teams. Like if Philadelphia is like the perfect place to go if you're a young player. Because you can go there, you have Nick Nurse as your coach. Daryl Morey always puts together a good team.
Yep.
Like they might develop you into something pretty dang good.
Yep.
Friend of show, Daryl Morey.
Yes, that's true. We did have right on. That's right. Ace Bailey is a guy that I don't want on my team. And so my secondary team is the Bulls. I see some Bulls fans, but I hope he falls. I'm like, I don't want him. I don't want to trade up for him. I don't want any part of him. I don't
Sounds
want
toxic.
it. Yeah. He's 18 or 19. I'm not writing him off forever, but like that to me is I'm just staying away from it.
Right.
The guy I want, and I'm biased on this, and because like Chucky Hepburn, like it's funny. I want to read you a little bit on something that I found on Chucky Hepburn. From
You're
The
right. You
Athletic.
are biased on this one.
Why?
Just because he's Wisconsin Badger.
I'm not going. Chucky's not my guy.
Oh, okay.
No, I would say like you could say like, okay, let's go with a Badger, Chucky Hepburn. Here's what the Athletic had to say about him. Are we completely sure this guy isn't a player? I get all the reasons to discount Hepburn. He's 6'1". He only jumped 26 inches at the combine. He shot 32% from three last year. Short, unathletic, and can't shoot. It's not a titillating start to a draft profile, but he's an elite. Yeah, Chucky Hepburn's a long shot. Great, titillating. Yeah. You don't like to get titillated, Brian?
Isn't it tantalizing or
No,
titillating?
Is that a word?
Jim's right. Yes.
John Hollinger wrote it in his article, so yes.
All right, John Hollinger said it. I guess it applies.
Okay.
You want to read the definition, Molly?
Would you like me to?
I don't know. Can we?
Did you spell it right? T-I-T-I-L-L-A-I-T-I-N-G.
No.
But it's not a bad word.
Are you sure?
It's in the Athletic.
Arousing mild sexual excitement or interest salacious.
Or interest is salacious.
No, it's arousing mild sexual excitement or arousing mild sexual interest.
Okay.
So the opposite of Chucky Hepburn.
Yes.
Salacious.
It's not titillating. Molly, Matt.
Yes.
Short, unathletic, and can't shoot. Is that titillating?
No.
Does Chucky Hepburn titillate?
No.
Spicy.
John Tonje, his report. The 24-year-old Tonje is older than 7 players on the NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder.
Jesus.
After completing his 6th college season. It's hard for me to get too excited about an old bully ball guard who spent his true senior season, which is not the one with the Badgers, as the second best player on a team that went 15-18 in the Mountain West. And then he says, but let me try. So he tries to sell the guys. But like that's how those two start. So I want no part of either one of them.
Wisconsin basketball. Celebrate the 2015 team tomorrow, you guys.
What I
the
want
good old days.
Made him believe you could get to the NBA going through Wisconsin.
Here's the guy I like, Elijah Martin from Florida Atlantic University in Florida. He won he was leader on the Final Four team, starter on the Final Four team at FAU, won a national championship in Florida, leader and a starter on that team. He's very similar
10 years ago.
And again, what's it?
Does it feel like FAU won like 10
But Florida
years
won
ago?
the national championship this year. He's on that
Oh,
team.
Florida. I think
Yeah.
you said Florida Atlantic.
Well, Florida
Okay,
Atlantic.
I'm connecting the dots. Okay.
So
I got it.
He reminds me, and again, this is for a second-round pick for the Bucks. He reminds me of Andre Jackson. He's a hell of a defender, hell of a leader, plays really smart basketball, good passer, needs to work on his dribbling, and he's actually a good shooter. The only thing he's not great at is driving to the basket. At 6'2", like the biggest reason why he's going to fall, in my opinion, because he's 6'2" and he's a shooting guard. That's not great height for a shooting guard. But for where the Bucks pick late in the draft, I think he's a top 40 prospect, and they're going to pick like 45, 46. And I think if he was 2 or 3 inches tall, he might be a first-round pick. So I like taking gambles on guys like that. The guy just knows how to play basketball, and he can come in right away and contribute. At least play defense, knock down some open threes. So that's why that's the guy I like for the Bucks, or any team that would.
Okay. I'd take that.
So
I
if you
haven't
have a guy,
really
though-
gotten that deep into the draft. I got to like Cooper Flag, and that was about it.
All the way down to number 1.
Hey, you got Ace Bailey now.
And now Ace Bailey.
Yeah, so
And that other Rutgers guy you
844-770-3776. You can chime
Who
in.
said?
It's a Carbon Stock and Text line on someone
Ace
that you
Bailey.
either love or hate in the NBA draft. Molly, do you have anyone that you love or hate in the NBA draft?
I am honestly with Matt here. I don't know a lot of prospects in the NBA draft.
Does Con Knipple?
Oh, yeah.
That one is exciting. I mean, he's not going to go to the Bucks, so no.
Right.
Is he
He's
titillating?
salacious.
Is Con Knipple titillating, Molly?
I feel uncomfortable answering
Honestly,
this
I
question.
feel uncomfortable saying the guy's name.
It's a cup.
Yeah, I know. I know, but if it was a silent K, it'd be a lot different.
Is
But it's not.
is knippling.
Yeah.
But so.
No, he's not going to go. What is he projected to
Is it
go?
cold in here?
He might. He
Like,
might
he's
go
gonna
as
go
high
early.
as 3, and
Yeah.
maybe I don't think he gets past 5 or 6.
Right.
I like him, though.
I'm rooting
I'm
for
rooting
him.
for him.
It's be really cool to see someone from the state of Wisconsin be not like Tyler
Not
Harris is so gross.
Well,
Tyrese
Halliburton.
True, that's right, Tyrese Halliburton. But I'd like to see another
he's
player
only
from
got one
the
Achilles.
state of Wisconsin
Squash.
come up a little bit.
What?
Ryan heard it.
What's that?
What?
Let's just move on.
Yeah,
I wish I would have heard it. I'd have titillated me.
All right, that was throwing stones. So Jim Matt and Molly said about Coors Light.
Matt and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Medicine on YouTube.
Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. I've been drinking ZOA Energy for a while now, and I absolutely love it. ZOA is my go-to beverage when I need a boost without the crash that comes with other energy drinks. It's packed with natural ingredients like vitamin B and C, electrolytes, and has 0 sugar. It fuels my workouts and busy days. I recently had twins, and I have a toddler, so I need all of the energy I can get. Head over to ZOAEnergy.com to find the location nearest to you to pick up some ZOA for yourself. ZOA Energy for balance and drive.
And now for the Pella play-by-play, here's Jeff Levering.
Thanks, Gina Della from Pella. What a beautiful day to have new windows and doors installed.
Every day is beautiful because Pella installs year-round during all seasons.
It's so hard to guess that next pitch. The customizations seem endless.
And it doesn't have to be super expensive. Pella has a product line for every budget.
And if it is time for a major upgrade, rest easy by scoring no interest and no payments for up to 2 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply on 6/30/2025.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. A customizable homepage, easier and quicker live listening. Your shows at the touch of a fingertip.
Unless there's a big boy trade coming that I don't see, Green Bay is going to run this thing back, and you hope that these other guys will emerge.
Available in Apple and Android app stores. Your one-stop shop for ESPN Wisconsin. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Download it today.
Hey, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network, and I've got a question for you. Is your home ready to shine this season? Whether it's roofing, siding, or windows, Ridgetop Exteriors is the name you can trust. For over 20 years, Ridgetop Exteriors has been Wisconsin's favorite for roofing, and they bring that same expertise to siding and windows. Imagine vibrant, low-maintenance siding and energy-efficient windows that brighten your home while cutting energy costs. Ridgetop Exteriors holds all expert-level installation credentials with the leading manufacturers, including Pella, James Hardy Fiber Cement Siding, and LP SmartSide Engineered Wood Siding. With thousands of 5-star reviews and a commitment to excellence, they're the clear choice for home improvement needs. Plus, consultations and estimates are always free, so there's no reason to wait. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com to schedule your free consultation. Ridgetop Exteriors, putting customers first every time.
Ridgetop Exteriors is the place for you.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team in 2025. Vote for us every day this month at madisonmagazine.com.
Yeah, it's over, I'm circling these boxes, got me praying, man, this hunger, I'm feeling something rotten, I'm feeling kinda tilted, and I'm pouring.
Vote for Jim, Matt, and Molly as Best of Madison Radio Team. Text Best of to 844-770-3776 for your link to vote. Jim Rutledge alongside Molly Brown, Matt Hamilton. Primetime Oilshine back at the Everlight Solar Studio. Matt, a man of the people here at Parkside Pub.
I've literally got like 3 moms over there.
Yeah, I know. Ryan's like, is Matt done glad handling? I was like, remember, his mom is here.
Yeah.
And so then that was a reminder that, yes, Matt's just being a good son.
Yes, Ryan.
We are at Parkside Pub here in McFarland. $3 Coors Lights on tap, so come on by, get a Coors Light. And we've been talking about the best sports movies of the last quarter century. We've been talking about Big Miz.
And how he's the best pitcher in baseball right now.
We did ask that as a siding and limited poll question. Right now, the poll is at 51% of people say yes, 49% say no. And we also have a Jim, Matt, and Molly poll question about the best sports movie of the last quarter century. Right now, Miracle number 1, Remember the Titans number 2. Miracle 36%, Remember the Titans 31%.
Where's Talladega Nights?
Not
last. If you ain't first, you're last.
They're last. They are last. 844-770-3776. Carl was talking text line. List is more. You can chime in on that. AC and Tauscher chimes in. Go Bucks. So the NBA draft is
We're
tonight.
going to win a 6.
Do we think – can we retire that?
What? We going to win in 6? Because it's depressing at this point because we're not.
Yeah.
Wait. Are you
are
you saying the phrase or just the hockey in the show?
The phrase?
He's saying both, actually.
Oh, yeah. If he's saying the phrase, then I assume he means the hockey.
Yeah. Did they win in 6?
Yes.
The NBA Finals,
No, but did Brandon Jennings' team?
No.
That's what I thought.
I think they got
So,
gentlemen
that's
swept.
why I think the whole thing is dumb, is they didn't win in 6 when Brandon Jennings said that.
So?
Yeah, but it was a rally cry for when the team went to the finals and they won in 6 and it was awesome.
I know, but that was a long time ago, the finals.
Wait,
the Bucks ain't winning in 6 recently.
But you don't like the fact because it became a meme amongst Bug fans after they became so bad and they were like making fun of basically when the Sixers went through the process. The Bucks basically went through the process too, where they were really bad for a few years. They were like winning single
I get it, but I just feel
teens.
like I don't know. I feel like we're better than that. Also, Brandon Jennings was also like the poster child for like Bucks fans who didn't know basketball. They're like, he's so good because he scored 55 points once in a game. I'm like, he's not. Like, you got Brandon Knight, and the best part of that trade was you got Chris Middleton as a throw-in out of that trade. But like, he was traded for Brandon Knight, who was not any good. Like, Brandon Jennings was like a fine NBA point guard. But like, I had to suffer through Bucks fans be like, no, he's like really good. It's like, no, like he can get a bucket, but Anthony Simons, who was just traded to Boston, can get a bucket. Doesn't mean you're like every guy in the NBA can get a bucket if you let him shoot the ball as much as Brandon did.
But also the Bucks were very stinky back in the day, so
And also,
I think you got to cling on to anything that gives you hope.
I was something from Middleton or Drew or Chris. Like, I just want something new.
Maybe something from Giannis.
Giannis.
Well, when it happens,
69.
go ahead and clip it, and we'll make it viral. But
All
until
right.
then, Bucks in 6.
That's not even it. We're going to win in 6.
Doesn't matter.
It does
It's all the
matter.
same. Bucks in 6.
We're going to win in 6. All right. Hopefully the Bucks do something tonight. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
See ya.
When it comes to your health, do you want to buy something online or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right. You want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.